It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, you beauties. Yes, we are going a little sport crazy, and with good reason. There is so much going on to get excited about right now. Let's focus on rugby. And I think one of the building blocks to the Premier Elite Division has now emerged, and I'm talking about Varsity Rugby. UCT's Ikeys, the Tigers, and NWU's Eagles will contest the final of the Varsity Cup in the Northwest later tonight in what promises to be an epic showdown if their form in the tournament is anything to go by. UCT dominant in their semi-final against UFS. Shimlas running out 65-30. It's that kind of attacking potential. And then NWU, they were made to work a little harder for a 19-10 win over Marty's. Apologies to all the Marty's fans. We know how emotionally invested they get. And here to preview the finale is sports writer Mobeen Mohammed. Mobeen, welcome to our little slice of crazy. Let's talk about Varsity Cup before we look at what was ultimately a dominant performance and quite a message to send going into the final. Your assessment of the season this year. This is where it all begins for so many of these players. You want to see exciting rugby. You look at the kind of matchups we've had, the players that have put their hand up. It's delivered this season.
First of all, Graham, it's a great honour to be here on Expresso today. Yeah?
Thank you for being here.
I have to say the standard of play in the Varsity Cup this year has been excellent. We've seen so many players come to the ranks this year. We've seen a good attacking brand of rugby from almost all the sides. I mean, that's been the most impressive part about Varsity Cup. And the most important thing, I think, is the talent. The talent coming through all the time. You know, every single year, the Varsity Cup just gets better and better and better all the time. And I mean, this year, we've just seen the amount of talent coming through. It's unbelievable.
And we need that. We need those individuals, that internal competition to drive the South African narrative. We've got a lot of players based in the north now. I have a feeling we're going to need to hold on to the South African style of rugby. That being said, when you can score 65 points going into a final, this is how you lay down a marker. UCT are firing.
At the moment, they've been on fire. The last two games, in fact, the penultimate round just before the semi-final, they played CUT and they beat them 79-21. So it just shows you, Graham, they've picked up momentum.
Yeah. How important is that? A test. They've created the culture of winning. We know what they can do when they play the right kind of rugby. It's when the chips are against them or chips are down and the tables are turned, that's when you need to be tested, and they've proven that they can win ugly as well.
Absolutely, Graham. I mean, they've played the best rugby so far in this competition. They've been clinical in every single game. I think they've been, as I'd say, they've been excellent in most games. This game, this particularly, you talk about the Marty's game, it was a tight game. It was always going to be a test match type of game where it's close to two sides.
Too much on it, yeah.
Absolutely, but there's two sides, two powerful sides going at each other. And I mean, it's Marty's, their side that always rises up to semi-finals. So I think the Picker did well to handle their pressure. And it was basically just two moments in that game by Tino Swanepoel, the fullback. Basically just won that game for them.
That being said, where's your heart with this one? Looking at the run-in to this, how do you see this finale play?
Yeah, you have to, I mean, my head says Ikeys, because I'm a Cape Town boy, and I think the brand of rugby they're playing is it's beautiful rugby to watch. The amount of tries they scored, it's been fantastic to watch. But with that being said, I have to say the Picker at finally the Toy Sports Ground and winning 6 out of 7, they have to be the favourites. They have to.
They believe that they can do it. How do they counter this attacking style of rugby? And we've seen they can starve a team of possession. They can play the possession game. My fear here is if there's 2 or 3 tries gap between these teams, to catch a UCT once they're flying is going to be very, very difficult.
Well, they have to get the strength. The defence has been the strength. I mean, the double tackles, the rush defence has been very good of Picker. So, I mean, they will have to just contain Ikeys with that rush defence. And, I mean, the double hits has been working so far. So, I mean, yeah, I think Picker at home should definitely be the favourites, Graham. They're in the driving seat. I mean, it's theirs for them to win. And, I mean, if we go back to 2014, to that memorable final, sorry to bring that up again. I mean, Ikeys won that final.
Some people have just turned off their TV, man.
Ikeys won that final in a clinical manner. I mean, they scored 3 tries in that last 5 minutes. It should not have been won. I think there was a moment in history in Varsity Cup that most people will never forget. So, yeah, let's just hope that for UCT's sake it can happen again, deja vu, but for Picker's sake, they'll want to forget it. They'll want to forget about
it. Well, and you've pointed this out beautifully, there is self-belief on both sides, and both teams certainly have the chops to be able to do it. Maybe the fans will be the difference in this case, so go out and show some fire. Mobeen, thank you so much, my brother. Enjoy the culmination of this amazing season, and thank you for being such a servant of the game at this level, because it is probably the most exciting brand of rugby you will see. So good luck to both teams.